Kids are back to school. My kids are back to school anyway. And I'm exhausted. Last week just about did me in. So I was thinking this morning about what can I talk about without having to really refresh a lot of information in my head. And I'm going to talk about pearls a little bit. Why? Because I love them. I've always loved them. They come from the ocean and they don't need anything. Pearls really come out and they're beautiful as is, just by themselves. A precious little teardrop that you can hold in the palm of your hand. I just love the fact that they don't need anything. They don't need to be faceted. They don't need anything. They're beautiful as they are. Having said that, we usually drill them and we wear them in strands around our neck. Sometimes they're made into jewelry, like something like this. But I wanted to talk to you about the differences between Akoya, South Sea, and freshwater pearls. So Akoya pearls look like this for the most part. They tend to come from the waters off of the coast of Japan. They're cultured and they start tiny, for like 1 millimeter or so, and then they go up to almost 10 millimeters. I think these are like 8. This is a good, on the bigger end of the spectrum, obviously, but Akoya pearls are kind of, in my opinion, the most beautiful in the sense of their roundness, their luster, that's the shine you see, and how smooth the skin of the pearl can be, how smooth the nacre can be. Timeless choice, a really big deal, very big export for Japan. Then we have something called South Sea pearls. Hello, South Sea pearls. South Sea pearls, the white ones tend to come from Australia. They go big. They can go over 20 millimeters, and they tend to start around 10 to 12. So I always think informally, if it's under 10 millimeters, it's probably Akoya. If it's over, usually it's South Sea. On the secondhand market, obviously, I don't have as much information, so there is a little bit of guesstimating that goes on. Then we have something called freshwater pearls. Freshwater pearls are mainly produced nowadays in China, and they are produced at a much higher rate. When you're talking about freshwater pearls, you can get like 20 pearls at a time out of a shell, out of an oyster. So it's a very different type of production. But these, for example, look like South Sea. They're really big. They're white. They look pretty good, especially when you put them on, but these are cheap. South Sea pearls are much more expensive because of rarity, because of how they're produced, and because of the quality. When I put them up close, you can see the South Sea ones have like a deeper, almost silvery color. These, if you look at them up close, the nacre is very shallow, spotted, kind of chalky looking. But again, on it can be pretty hard to tell the difference. This will last a lot longer. South Sea pearl will last a lot longer. This won't last as long, just because the nacre is going to wear away and it's not going to stay as beautiful. These pearls are bleached and waxed, and they do stuff to make them look this good, and it's not as permanent, the treatments. These pearls might also have treatments on them to bring it out, but you're working with a better core quality product. So South Sea definitely has legs compared to freshwater. But again, we have some cheap alternatives. And then the last thing I wanted to talk to you is Baroque pearls. Baroques are my favorite. These are South Sea Baroques. So you can see how they're different shapes. They're kind of eggplanty and all sorts of funky shapes. Baroque pearls, you tend to get a lot of iridescence, the rainbow that you can get in pearls. So because the surface of the skin or the nacre is broken, you get more of that like oil and water effect, where you get dimples and you get all the different little color, the rainbow that kind of comes out of those dimples. So one of my favorite ones is this pin, which is just a random piece, but it has this huge Baroque pearl. But even here, with my poor lighting and my not impressive anything setup, you can see how beautiful the iridescence is on this pearl. So anyway, have a good September, y'all. It's coming.